Today, we're going to walk through how to create custom monthly revenue reports in HubSpot using Invoice Stack data. We'll create a report of revenue for each month and then break it down by product or department. Before we start, just to note that this functionality relies on Revenue Report, which is an add-on for Invoice Stack Pro and included in Invoice Stack Enterprise. If you're taking a free trial with us, that will be included as well. You can create reports without this add-on using deal data instead, but take a look at the website if you want more information about that. Before we start, let's take a quick look at an example deal. I've got some line items and some invoices already created. So let's open up Invoice Stack and see how they're structured. I've got a one-off deal, which is split into multiple invoices. I've got one that's dated now and one that's dated in 3 months' time. I want to show these as separate invoices on my report. In this example, each item has been assigned a different account in my accounting platform. One's in sales and one's in other revenue. I'm using Xero here, so I have tracking categories, for example, the salesperson. But if you're using QuickBooks, you can also use class as well. All of this information we can pull through onto our report. What the Revenue Reports add-on can do is sync these invoices back as HubSpot invoices for reporting purposes. So if I go to the commerce section in HubSpot and then choose invoices, I should see the individual invoices listed here, along with the associated line items and the deal that it's linked to. This is what we're building the data from. If you've just started using Revenue Reports, go to your Invoice Stack dashboard and make sure that the HubSpot invoice sync is enabled. Now in HubSpot, I've gone to the Reports section and I'm going to click Create a New Report. Just a note here that yours might not look exactly the same, but here we're going to choose Build a Custom Report, which is our recommendation. So here, for the primary data source, I'm going to choose invoices. I can also pull in information from more data sources. So for example, I'm going to enable data sources and choose deals and companies. This is going to get the data from the deal or company that the invoice is associated with. If I want my reporting to be really granular, I can also use line item data here. So I'm going to scroll down to find that. Here's the report builder. On the right-hand side is a preview of my report, and on the left-hand side is all the data that I can use within it. So the first thing I'm going to use is find invoice date. So I'm going to search invoice date, and I'm going to drag that into my x-axis. Then for the y-axis, I want my invoice total. And I'm going to use my total excluding tax, and I'm going to drag that to the y-axis. Now you can see my report shows monthly totals, excluding tax, for each month for every single different invoice. You can add extra data in here. So for example, let's break this down by pipeline. So on my data sources on the left-hand side, I can click deals and I can search for pipeline. And I'm going to drag that into the breakdown by category. Then you can see all my invoice data will be broken down by pipeline. Now my pipelines show at the top and I can toggle them. So for example, if I only want my ops pipeline ones, I can toggle. I can also add other data into this report and use different reporting types. So for example, I could do a table of the invoice totals each month, and I can also pull extra data here. There's loads of different data that you can add in here. We even have a support article with a full list of all of the invoicing properties. We recommend you check this because these might be different to some of HubSpot's built-in defaults, and some properties have similar names. The great thing about the data here is this is all kept up to date automatically whenever you change things in your accounting platform. Now let's take this report a step further and filter it down by line item data. So to do this, I'm going to remove my invoice total, and then I'm going to click the data sources at the top here and choose line items. Here I can use all kinds of information like the total, the quantity, net price, for example. Here I'm going to use net price, so I'm going to drag that into the y-axis, and that's going to show me my invoice date versus the net price. And we have some slightly different data here. And instead of breaking down by pipeline, I can also break it down by a load of other properties. So I've got account listed here. I can break that down, and then you'll see the report will then be categorized by the account that's in my accounting platform. So here I've got sales, other revenue, hardware, services, etc., all shown month by month. I can also use things like SKU code to break down by different products. And you'll also find class and tracking category as well, depending on whether you're using Xero or QuickBooks. There's obviously loads more that you can do with these reports by using things like formulas, adding extra fields, doing different chart types. So I hope that's a helpful introduction into how you can use all that amazing revenue data. We strongly recommend checking out HubSpot's documentation and tutorials about reports because there's so much more you can build. And if you ever need help working out what data to use in a certain report, do get in touch with our team and they can make some suggestions. Thanks for watching.